Groovy.
Welcome to Horror After Midnight. I am your host, KC, here tonight with Slinky Jallo, and we have a very special guest, Mr. Bloody Bill, Billy Pond himself.
Billy
How's it going
Pond,
tonight?
what's
Going
up?
on, you guys? I'm out here in Waste, Texas. Just trying to ride out this coronavirus thing, missing my Hooters hot wings and stuff like that. But hopefully soon it'll all be over with.
Oh, yeah, I hope so.
I mean, I don't know. We're able to catch up on some horror movies. Like I've been going through my backlog pretty good here, so.
That's
Yeah.
true. And like riding for me, I've been riding like crazy and getting caught up on things that I just haven't had time to get caught up on. So it's actually been good that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know. You got questions written down? Because yeah, have at it, man. Because I think of them as I go. So go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, what inspired you to make a movie like Circus of the Dead?
Well, that's a good one. Actually, the true story is it'll be two things. A two-parter is, of course, House of a Thousand Corpses, which was ironic because people say Rob Zombie's ripping you off. It's like, nah, I ripped that guy off because I just love Captain Spaulding so much, and the way he portrayed him. He's just kind of like a regular dude that happens to be a clown. So I just took that and ran with it. But even the other 50% would be I have a haunted house and it's like a Resident Evil, Day of the Dead kind of thing. And then it's such a big building, we opened up a second one, and everybody's always saying, oh, as long as you don't do one of clowns, they're too scary. So I said, well, I'm going to do a clown one. And that's where I come up with the name for it, Circus of the Dead Murder Maze, which is a thing on his. It's called the Murder Ride, remember, in his gas stations. So it was just a play on that. So that's where that whole backstory. So when I was coming up with these characters for the haunt, I just started thinking of backstories and all this kind of stuff.
It's pretty cool. All right.
Sorry.
And the true story too. Now,
oh really?
We could say like 31 though. When he put out 31, that was after Circus, but everybody think it was before. And they said, "Hey, did you see 31?" I go, "Nah, I was way done before that. You just haven't seen my movie because I don't get the eyeballs on it that the other movies get on it yet." So.
Yeah, it'll happen, though. I know I saw it on streaming for a while there, but now I don't know what happened with that. But.
Well, I can tell you, it's kind of, I haven't come out and said it out loud yet and stuff too much or made an official post, but we got picked up by Dread, same as Terrified. Yeah, so now we're label mates. And they're re-releasing everything in July. But in order to get released by them, we had to pull all my indie stuff off. So that's because it's just in that transition right now is what it's in. So that's why it disappeared.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow. All right.
That's awesome.
Where did because you said it was, you had the haunted house and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Were there stuff that influenced each character, like that brought that character to life for you to put in the movie, or like like a crazy biker and you were like, oh, that's so and so, or because
I get what you're saying.
He's
yeah,
really funny. Like,
well, I could go into detail. We could talk for 20 hours about character development, but I guess I'd basically say is Papa Corn is supposed to be. I wrote this with my buddy Lee Ankrum. We've been haunted house buddies and all this kind of stuff. He still lives in Dallas, and I moved down here in '98, but he sees me all the time and stuff. But he's the only guy that we can write creative together with without killing one another. And but basically, Papa Corn was us. Now we're he's not as tubby, but we're not as good looking as Papa Corn and stuff. But it's basically Papa Corn was supposed to be the antithesis of man. And if man didn't have a conscience, what would he do? If he just had no conscience about what he was doing and just did what he wanted, if I want to go rape somebody, I go do it. If I want to kill somebody, I do it. He's just got to be smart enough to figure it out. Now, as far as the other clowns, the smoking clown, Mr. Blister's played by Rusty Edwards, and Little Jumbo's played by Mike Williams, and he worked in the haunt, and Ryan Clapp played Noodle Dome, kind of the big and kind of mentally challenged clown, which is really ironic because in real life, he's the smartest computer person you'll ever meet in your life. Any kind of CGI stuff, the website, the effects of the movie, because I don't like CGI, so you shouldn't notice them. That's all him. But basically what I did is I took their personality and put it on steroids. Now, Rusty smoking come from my dad. My dad's a lifelong smoker, like Cool King menthols or something. And
it's just the way he does it. It's really
well,
cool.
It's that whole. It's that whole.
Yep. And he talks with it in his mouth, and just yeah.
Well, that all come from just wanting to torture Rusty and smoke, because he doesn't smoke in real life except for sausages. But I just like messing with him, and there's a lot of cuts. I'd be watching him kind of out of the corner of my eye, and he's in the background or something, and Papa Corn's acting. And before I ever called cut or anything, I'd make him sit there really long, just watching his face get messed up because that smoke was going in his nose, and then he just and I go cut. So yeah, it's most of that movie I was just torturing everybody, and it was the first time I met Bill and Parrish and all those guys, and I tortured them just as well too, because it was hard and all, but we're going to have a lot of good times on the set.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it looked like it'd be a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, but I had to work a full-time job at that time, so I was getting up at, I guess, about 8, had to be at work at 9. I'd take off early at 3. We'd film till 4 or 5 in the morning, and I mean, it was like there were nights sometimes I didn't sleep and stuff, and we did that for a month and a half straight.
Wow.
No, it's all shot in Texas, right? Like
100%. Yep, and actually in Odessa, Texas. Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. What was it? Yeah, go ahead, man. Because I want to talk about the gas station scene. So,
okay.
With the hammer, that part's awesome. I love the way you shot that, man. I love the way you shot that.
Well, and next time you watch it too, watch the detail that went into like covering up things. Like a lot of movies and stuff, they'll just turn bottles around. I made everybody recreate, the artists and stuff, my friends and stuff, recreate all the labels, and we had our own beers, and there's a lot of hidden things. And my haunted house had a big banner there that said DEF CON Light of the Dead. It was like a zombie hunting ale. There's a lot of hidden, Easter eggs in there. The cigarettes that Blister smoked, and behind Tiffany was the Pero Azul, which is Blue Dog cigarettes, and that's the production company I worked at a TV station for at the time. And little things like that are hidden all over. Yeah, Easter eggs out the butt, because I love Tarantino and his Big Kahuna burger and red apple.
Red apple cigarette. Yeah.
So I try to do that same thing. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, cool. Look for that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
well, you can, I'm real big, and I'm getting harder and harder on it. But it's like, these other indie guys, raise the damn, bar up a little bit, guys. Quit phoning in and cashing shit in. Well, we don't have any money to do, cover up the stuff. Really, you can't print something on a copier. You can't print another label and cover something up. Oh, stop! It's just excuses. It's got to be that attention to detail. You got to take somebody and put them into this other world. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Well, it's your time to shine. Like this is it.
And if this is the only one I ever have, I wanted to make it as good as I could. So hopefully, I'm going to get Cowboys from Hell next and raise the bar even more. But what I'm trying to do is get the door open for somebody to give me a legitimate project like Brokeback Mountain 2 or The Crying Game, and then I'll be happier.
That's great. That's awesome. Was it? Yeah, go ahead, man. If you got questions, because I'm already starting to.
Oh yeah. I was going to ask you about the scene where Papa Corn is outside masturbating, watching the girl have sex with a cop. Anything else you can tell about shooting that scene?
Yeah, the funny thing is that there was, if you look at the window right behind it was another house, because I don't know how it is where you guys are, but in Texas, especially in residential areas, you might be, 20 feet apart houses, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
so there's some kids, and there's some kids next door standing up on the wood fence watching us the whole time over there. So these 2 little kids are watching us the whole time. And I'm at a friend's house filming this, and I don't even know the neighbors and stuff. And I always thought, I wonder if those kids knew actually what was going on, or if they were watching a movie being filmed or what. But that was an intense scene, and Bill licking that window and all that drill and stuff. It was all real and stuff like that. So they had to pull me back though, because it was supposed to be wiping, semen and stuff on the windows and stuff like that. And my old producers are pretty strict on that kind of stuff, and so is everybody kind of is. I like to push the envelope on it, but it's, to me, is if you think about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when you first saw it a long time ago, you seen more worse stuff in your head that you thought you saw that you really didn't see. So just because I say something in a script, somebody goes, "Oh my God, that's the worst." Like, having the head fucking scene. It's like people thought, "Oh my God, we can't handle that." But when you watch it now, you're probably laughing. So it's like, was it really that bad? Yeah, of course it's supposed to be to drop your jaw. I like to have a lot of jaw-dropping moments and just entertain you. It should be like a roller coaster ride for your brain, for your soul. You're supposed to just kind of get on there and have a good time and take you away to somewhere else. If I lose you in my movie, then I didn't do my job as a director.
Yeah, nah, right on the money, man. Right on the money. Because like it
definitely was.
It's kind of so over the top. You're just like, ah, and then like that, you just start laughing. You know.
Well, you take it. I remember that old boxing move, what they call it, the rope-a-dope or whatever, where you set them up with one and you get them with another one, and that's what I like to do with the movies. That goes back to the name of it too. Sometimes I see a review and say, "This wasn't about zombies. What the hell is this?" You know, it's like I try to just to fool you or something, and that's the way all my movies. You can always tell my movies because I give you just a little taste of something in the beginning, and then I'm going to give you those credits to adjust your seat and say, okay, I see where this is going. Get comfortable. I look for those moments, and I think of myself as a conductor, you know, for music, and you have to make your image with the images, the sounds, and all this come together and control the viewer as almost like a puppet, you know, is you know, with sights and sounds and feelings and emotions and stuff, and that's what I try to do in movies.
That's cool. That's awesome. Was it shit? Yeah, go ahead. Got a couple more.
Is that Dr. Giggles poster behind you?
Yes, it is.
That's not no, I'm thinking of the dentist, aren't I, with Corbin Burnson?
Corbin Burnson, yeah.
Yeah, I got him back. Yeah, I can't remember Dr. Giggles.
We did a review of Dr. Giggles, and it's the story. It's one of those things like Spookies. The story behind it is so crazy and, you know, shot out. They should make a movie about that. Like, you know.
Then maybe they will. The horror fans will like it, but they're not going to get rich from that stuff because there's no way of getting rich making horror stuff. Unless, at least not in this level, it isn't anyway. I was going to say, though, that reminds me of that movie, Dr. Chopper. You remember that? About the plastic surgeon that had the motorcycle and he was stealing body parts to use for plastic surgery and stuff. Well, anyway, I guess about 10 years ago, maybe 11 or 12, but they started doing at pawn shops. You could get real cheap DVDs, and I'm thinking, wow, I can get a $2 DVD. I said at a pawn shop, I'd go in there and spend $20 on a shitload. And anyway, I watched that movie. And after watching that movie, I feel bad because if somebody was watching us that made that movie, I mean, I appreciate it because they got me started. I said, if they can make this, I can make a film. I knew at that time that my talent and ability would allow me to make a film. So I said, you know, you got nothing to lose because you can do just as good as this one. So that's the movie that inspired me to actually get off my butt and go shoot something. Was that one? And that's when I did Dollboy. Dollboy is my first short, and he's a character in Circus of the Dead too.
Oh yeah. Now, did you always write? Like, have you been writing since you were a kid, or like, did you know? Yeah,
I think that. Well, I've done haunted houses since I was a kid. I've been doing haunted houses, honestly, you guys, since like, I think I was 10 or 11. My mom was PTA president at the elementary school, so, you know, I started helping those things out, and that got me into that. My dad was into the VHS obsession, so any horror movie he would let us rent. No matter how bad it was, he would do it. You know, my mom would, rent a Hot Dog or Hot Dog the movie or Porky's and make me close my eyes or something, but my dad didn't care. So I mean, the worst, you know, Rabid Grannies, just anything Evil Dead and all this kind of stuff. It's just that's what inspired me. And we saw Chainsaw Part 2, and you know, I loved it. I said, man, this is awesome. But then I had to go backwards, and I watched Chainsaw Massacre. And they're two different kinds of movies, and I love them both. But one's kind of a comedy, but I wouldn't say that first one's a comedy. And that just feeling stuff that made me want to make horror movies someday is what that did. It just made me love the scary stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the first Texas is like almost uncomfortable to watch. When you're watching it, you're just like, I shouldn't be seeing this shit, you know? Like,
So you guys, that might be PG-13 nowadays. I don't know. Every time I watch it, I think, you know, in comparison to the stuff that's out there now, this doesn't seem very gruesome anymore.
Yeah, no, it's pretty. Yeah, like, it's got that reputation that really kind of, you know, makes it sound so much worse than it is because there's hardly any blood in the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or psychological than anything.
Yeah. And then part 2, you got Dennis Hopper jumping around with chainsaws, man. What the hell's not to like about that, you know?
I tell everybody, I said, well, they said, what's Circus of the Dead like? I said, well, it's kind of like if you took Chainsaw 1 and 2 and met in the middle. I said, it's kind of like that kind of vibe. It's got the comedy, but it's got the gruesome realism in it too. So I said, it's kind of in the middle. but that's purely accidental because I write a good story first, but it's not till you get on set and start seeing the movie grow. You got to let it be organic and see where it goes. And try not to stifle the actors and all this kind of stuff, and let them work and do what they do, and then rein them in when it's something cheesy or something and not working. You got to do your best, and a good director will do that. And it was hard because this was my first one, and Dollboy was all friends and local people, so I didn't have a problem with directing them. But getting in a Bill or somebody, and I remember he come in and he did this really good Jerry Lewis type of clown thing. And I said, he was looking at me, and I didn't say nothing. I was too shy, and he called me over. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "I work for you, Mr. Pond, and you're the director." He goes, "I need you to, tell me and stuff." And I said, "Well," I said, "Papa Corn's more of a serial killer whose day job just happens to be a clown." I said, "So only time you're acting like the generic clown, the funny ha clown, would be during the circus. Any other time, you're yourself. You're just your basic self." So that's what we did, and that changed the whole thing after that first day. And we went there. I said we were looking for more of Nicholson and Cuckoo's Nest and Daniel Day-Lewis and Gangs of New York, and we kind of went there where me and Lee wrote that film.
That's awesome. Yeah.
What did you use for like all the naked chicks that were in the clown's trailer?
What we use for them, they're actually friends and stuff, and we molded them and stuff. That stuff gets weird. Like, that was my first love scene to shoot and stuff too, and you can tell because to me it sucks really bad because I really didn't direct it. I just kind of felt like I was doing something wrong or something. But the same thing with those. Luckily, the effects guys molded the girls. I just sent them to an address, but those guys are real professional and stuff like that, so they didn't cause much trouble. But when nobody was looking, I would touch the nipples on the dolls and stuff.
It looks great.
Yeah, I still have them at the haunt. They're inside the haunted house, but since kids come through, we had to put underwear on them.
There's the scene where Oberst is talking to the guy who wins the prize, and he's got the clipboard, and he's like, "Yeah, that's right." He's like, "I need your address, blah blah blah," and like he's going back and forth where he's, "Come on, man, for my fucking job."
Yeah.
Was that like, did you write that, or was that Oberst?
Mm-hmm. No, we wrote it down, but you got to remember, is Oberst is like a Ferrari. You know what I mean? He's not a Ford Pinto from the 70s. You know what I mean? I go, if you get a Bill Oberst Jr., you let that guy do what he does. You give him the lines, you give him the role, he's going to knock it out of the dang park because that's what he does. But when he did it, it blew away what I wrote because it's like, it was in my head as cool, but I said, he really broke that character good. But that goes back to the same thing is you're funny ha-ha when you're on the job. When you're not on the job, you're not funny ha-ha. You're funny, I'm about to fuck a motherfucker up.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
All right. I was going to ask you, what was used for the dead baby, and what made you want to put a dead baby into the film?
The dead baby.
You don't really see that, too.
Yeah. It's solely come up. They say there's one in a Serbian film, but I haven't seen it yet, and I kind of heard what happens on that one. But I don't judge it either because I don't believe in censorship. If you don't want to see it, don't watch it. If it's fake, it's fake. I don't see why it should be censored or anything. But anyway, it's solely come up because we played that Loteria Mexican bingo card game. And I knew I wanted a La Madre card. And, of course, La Madre's mother, and we had to have a baby, so I figured they cut it out of the stomach. Now, the whole slamming the baby and doing stuff like that goes back to me torturing my friends. Ryan Clapp is like the sweetest, most gentle-souled person in life. And we're saying, see, what you didn't see, I got a bunch of outtakes where Mr. Blister comes up and sticks a cigarette in the baby's mouth, and Jumbo comes up with the coat hanger. Papa comes up, says, "It's not in the cards, kid." And it's come to Ryan's term. I said, "Hey, you're going to use it like a yo-yo." Well, it wasn't working good. I said, "Just slam it on the ground." He goes, "Billy, I don't feel comfortable." I'm like, "Slam that baby on the ground now, damn it." So that's what I did. When he was in Dollboy and slammed that van door on the little kid in there and made her cry, that was all real. But he was crying too because he felt so bad closing that girl in that little van. She was in there with the photographer, but still, he's just such a sweet person, and he plays this, deranged clown, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Scene.
No, go ahead. Well, I was going to say that's where it goes. Is people I guess some people say, is like, I would like to think I'm humble, but I guess anybody that says they would like to think they're humble isn't really humble. Now, and maybe some people would say I'm full of ego, but that's what I'm saying is I wanted to take an approach on a clown movie because people don't make good clown movies because they're cheesy.
Yeah.
And of course, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a classic, and I love it. But this isn't the same kind of movie. Like I said, this kind of spawned out of what I wanted to see Captain Spaulding involved in and stuff like that. And that's where this involved in. But what I did differently from what they even did is we researched clowns to find out that, wow, they actually didn't wear, makeup above their lip and stuff. And I wanted it to be traditionally right and stuff like that. And that's the whole rope-a-dope is I wanted to go make a real movie where they just happen to be clowns and make a really good clown movie. I wasn't setting out to make a clown horror movie. To me, I was setting out to make a movie is what I was trying to do.
Yeah, kind of like raise the bar on clown movies.
I try, but that's just that ego of mine saying that problem because, you got to remember is like, I don't like my own stuff. And I've seen that movie easily, because I edit it and everything, and I go to all these screenings, and I bet you I watched my damn movie easily 2,000 times, and I just want to kill myself when I hear the opening song and stuff. I go, oh, God, I don't have to sit through this crap. So, but I do.
So maybe I should wait for Slinky to get back and we can edit this small part out.
Oh, no, you're good. I'll tell you something else, too, is recently I was in Bastrop, Texas at the Cult Classic Convention that Roy Rose runs out in Bastrop. And Bill Oberst was there, Parrish was there, Chanel, Tiffany, Rusty, Mr. Blister, David Chacon, and Roy Shuck. And but sitting next to me in the screening was Bill Oberst, and that was the first time me and him watched that movie together. And he only watched it. He said, "Billy, I'm gonna be honest with you. I only watched it one time." Bill's a really sweet person. He doesn't like overly aggressive violence and all this kind of stuff. And then it's ironic because he can play the most evil person in the damn world. But he stood there next to watch it, and he said, "You know what? This is a really good movie." And I was thinking, well, no shit, it's good. But he sees all these girls and these groupies and all these people riding him and stuff. And now I think he sees that, wow, thing's been growing. And that's the thing with the indie film is, Marvel comes out and they put their movie out, or Star Wars. It makes the most money the first day. We make more money as it goes. But now, with that said, it started off with like a quarter of a penny. So we might be to $1 a day or something, but that's what you do is you have to grow when you're indie, just building one fan at a time.
Yeah.
How's the reception been? Like at cons and,
it's been good, and I have that reputation of being an asshole sometimes, and because, I'll fight with somebody now, because here's what I'm saying is I've seen over 100 reviews on Circus of the Dead, and it's not me being a baby if somebody just comes out and bashes the movie. If they have a bad review and they don't say anything about Bill Oberst being great, I say they didn't watch the movie. Because I don't care who you are, how bad the plot was, how bad all the rest of the acting. I don't care anything that's said about anything. If somebody doesn't come out and say that guy killed this, then they didn't watch the movie. And then you could tell they're lying about it. Yeah. And then you look at their other movies they reviewed, and it was like Head of the Class or Boy Meets World episodes. I'm thinking, they shouldn't be watching my movie anyway. They're not gonna like this. So I made a horror movie for real horror fans, guys, and that's what we all are. There's still a bunch of mainstream ones out there that are into Walking Dead and all that kind of stuff, but that'll wear on you because your heart starts to tell you, I want something raw and visceral that takes me back to being a kid and being moved and feel something in my movies. Well,
like Walking Dead turned into a soap opera. You know what I mean, with zombies.
Yeah.
But like Bill, you can't take your eyes off him when he's in a scene, not at all, And like he's so charismatic to the gas station girl Rose, and it's like, and then next moment he's on the floor doing the nasty. So it's like he's just crazy, man. Owns the role, totally owns the role.
Somebody that's Tiffany. She's going to be in my next film, Cowboys from Hell, along with the star's going to be Brad Potts, who was the trooper in Circus of the Dead. Y'all remember him? He goes up to the window with Mr. Blister and says, "You gotta be bullshitting me." Yeah. He's the greatest guy, and we filmed that, and we become really good friends. I've become friends with everybody that did the movie. And the only people I'm not friends with is they've just kind of lost touch or something, but it was no fault of my own. But me and Brad really hit it off, and he's a good dude, and he's got chops like nobody's business, and he's saying, well, nobody ever writes me a good role. I said, I'll write you a good role, and that's where Cowboys from Hell come from. Is I said, what kind of horror western would I want to watch, that I want to see, and that's what I wrote, and this thing's good, guys. It's like I look at this script, man, it's so good. You guys are gonna love it so much. It's like old western people are gonna love it, and horror people are gonna love it. Maybe the old western people won't like it because it's going to be aggressive and push the envelope with race and
I love
prejudice.
Westerns, like the Italian westerns. I love those, man. So.
And I do too. They made that movie. What is that guy? Craig Zahler made Bone Tomahawk.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, but I did. And I love that. I love his movies because Brawl in Subblock 99 was killer. Other than that last CG shot at the very last shot of the movie, I thought, okay, that was hokey.
Yeah.
But other than that, I would have said perfect scored movie. Man, it was awesome. The new one, Drag to Cost Concrete, was okay. It's a slow burn, but I still like the guy's style. He should be given a series or something somewhere on Netflix because he could do some good stuff. But see, Bone Tomahawk, everybody says it's great, and I watched it twice, and it just seemed like talky to me. And what I really didn't like,
slow shit.
They're in town. And it's during the day, and there's no extras or nothing, or the background seemed weak and stuff. It's like that's that attention to detail. That's the kind of stuff I cannot fail on. But the thing that rubbed me the most raw was when they had them in there. Is that the movie's called Bone Tomahawk, and you're using a bone tomahawk because you probably can't make steel or nothing because you're just Native Americans, all this. But they're inside there, and they have shackles and iron bars built into this cave, and I'm like, fuck this fucking shit, man. That's the kind of stuff that kill me. Is like
that attention to detail, man.
Somebody say the movie's called Bone Tomahawk. Why didn't we just call it Tomahawk and give him a metal one? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Like that would be mad. So now I'll tell you another good story about that'll blow a lot of people away. Is that Greg Diaria, the editor for that, he worked with Tarantino before and stuff too. Back when Sally Minky was doing Tarantino's editing and stuff, I called. Now, don't ask me how to get these guys' numbers because I jumped through a lot of hoops, and it had big-ass hoops like hula hoops. But I got Fred Raskin's number, who's the editor for Tarantino now. He took over for Sally. And I got a hold of him, and he said, you know what, Billy? He goes, I would be super interested in doing this. Because I said, basically, I'm going to pay you X amount of money. I want you to look at my movie and give me real feedback. I said, my friends and family says it's good, but I need real honest feedback, Yeah. And I said, I can't trust my circle. I love my circle, but I just want some real feedback. Yeah. He goes, well, that sounds good, but I just finished editing this movie called Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm on vacation. He goes, but call up this guy. So I call up Greg Diaria, and we strike a deal, and I sent it to him, and he really liked the movie. And he gave me some feedback on what to cut, and we probably cut about 8 minutes out of the film. But he works exclusively with Zahler, so he's done all 3 of those movies on editing. So, wow. They're the real deal. So I feel close to them, but Craig's probably going to hear me say that about his Bone Tomahawk, and I'm probably losing my job with those guys on the next movie. But, hey, you got to be honest. I got to feel what I got to feel. So.
Yeah, I think tell everybody the same thing because then they won't grow or,
right.
Whatever. No, you know what I mean. Is there a certain genre flick you'd like to make with your style or like your touch? The zombie flick, like a, Armageddon kind of flick.
Yeah, I thought of post-apocalyptic or whatever, like Mad Max would be pretty cool. But that just seems expensive, yeah. And George Miller come out with that Fury Road, and back when they're making it, I go, man, this is going to be a shit fest. How's he ever going to make something that good? You know what? I'll be damned, it's pretty damn good, you guys.
He made a movie about going in one direction, turning around, and going back in the other direction.
Pretty good movie these days, yeah. So, that guy's a badass, so he's a hero. I always say Tarantino's a hero, but I think I'm going to forget his name right on the spot. Walter Hill, who did the Long Riders and the Warriors and all this kind of stuff. Now I say, he started off the Deadwood and all that kind of stuff. Now it makes sense what I'm picking up on because I was thinking, when I really looked on IMDb, I said, this guy's made all the films that inspired me. Now it's starting to make sense. Mm-hmm. So as far as genre, I'm opened up. I would like to do zombies, but they kind of beat them to a dead horse like they've done the clowns lately. So I'll do Circus of the Dead Part 2. but it won't be going in any direction anybody thinks it's going to go in. And if it's cheesy or something, I wouldn't make it because I'm not going to ever do that to people. And if Bill's not involved, which he says he will be, I would never do it without Bill either because he is popcorn. So
yeah.
If he backs out, then I'll go and do the Circus of the Dead babies, like Muppet babies, and I'll just do them as little babies. Yeah, I'll get somebody to voice it in there. Do a part
awesome.
two.
Have them make Garbage Pail Kids cards from it. That's awesome. You know, like I guess this stuff runs in cycles. I guess because like vampires got pounded, you know, till whatever, and zombies. Yeah, it's
and then paranormal.
Yeah, the supernatural, you know, with shoestrings and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all.
Well, Wild's really into that, the paranormal stuff, and I go watch that stuff too. And see, here goes back to this thing again. You guys are going to hang up here and say, "Man, that Billy, his ego's out of control." But I watch because I can't watch a movie and just watch a movie. It's very rare. And I'll tell you, the only one that did that to me last year was Midsommar.
Yeah.
Oh,
for whatever reason, it caught me and I couldn't. I go, okay, this seems like a horror movie. And then all of a sudden I'm caught in and the movie's over and I go, hey, it took this crazy mind and shut it up. But when I watch other movies and stuff, I learn from it. And she's been making me watch a ton of those Conjuring movies and paranormal. And I don't think people's done that right yet either. It's like, I think if I stuck my foot in that, I would blow it away. So if somebody come to me from a bigger studio and they say, hey, could you do something like this? It's like, I think I could. Because after all, you guys, it's a feeling. You know, even if I was doing comedy or whatever, it's like I said about the music conductor, you just have to make people feel and react a certain way when you do certain things. And if it doesn't do it watching it and filming it, then I go, why the hell would I put it on the thing? This isn't working. That's what I tell the actors when I'm directing. It's like, hold on. I go, give me a minute. Something's amiss. You know, let's change to this, say this, do this. Okay. Because it's wrong, you know. So it's like, I'm not gay, you know, but my boyfriend is. But if somebody said, pull a dick out, say, suck it, Billy. It's like, wait a minute, you guys, something's wrong here. You know when things are awkward to you or something, your uncle kisses you on the cheek or tries to slip you a tongue, you know when it's awkward. That's the same thing with directing. If it feels weird, it's weird, you guys. Your stomach's telling you. Your stomach gives you all the answers to be a great director.
Always trust your gut, man. Always trust your gut.
Trust your gut. Podcasters, I don't care what you're doing. Sometimes you overthink too much, you know. And if you're thinking, you're stinking. So don't overthink it. Trust the gut. And I got a big ass gut, so.
That's awesome. Yeah, they good. Like I said, I was gonna ask him some other stuff, but yeah.
All right. The scene where the cop stops all the clowns and he gets hit by that SUV. How was that done?
That was I'll take credit for all that because I'm great and my ego's out of control. I had this idea.
I love it.
You know what's funny is I couldn't get the camera guys to. Because a lot of people don't speak Billy, especially when he's on the set, because it's a lot of mumbling and yelling. But I was basically saying, we got to shoot this. We're going to shoot it 3 times. We're going to shoot it with nobody on the road. We're going to shoot it with the trooper getting shot going back on the road. And then we're going to shoot it with the SUV going over. And then I said, I'm going to get Noodle Dome, you know, Ryan Clapp. I said, to take it, he's going to blend all 3 of those together. And then we shoot it with just them running over the guts and stuff, and we're going to mix it all together, and it's going to be perfect. And I'm damned, it was. And how long does it last?
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
3 days of work, and it's like, but it makes people jump. So I think the most things a baby slam is why people leave the theater. I thought it would be the head deal, but it's mostly I lose a lot of moms and stuff during that part with the baby, but we don't lose many people. I've been to a lot of bad screenings where I've been the only one left in the theater. Not my movie. I'd quit making movies. But other movies, I've been to some where I felt bad, you know, and I was just trying to be good to the filmmaker. And when it was over, I was, you know.
Yeah. Some people are just too sensitive.
Yeah. But I don't know what they expected, you know, like they're going to watch Titanic or something, but it's like.
Titanic 2.
I was like, they had a $5,000 budget, buddy. Give them a break.
Yeah.
How do you feel about test screenings? I'm sorry.
No, test screening, I think they're good. Those started early on for us because like my buddies and producers would come by and stop, and I'd show them a scene here or there. And I wouldn't show everybody everything, until it was done. But I'd say, hey, come check this scene out and just start getting a vibe. And I worked for a TV station at that time, and my edit bay was in this giant glass room. So people would walk by from the news station, anchors, weathermen, salespeople, all this kind of stuff. That's how I cut my chops, is getting my foot in the door on that. And I'd be editing this, and he'd be doing a head or showing a clown slong, and people were looking in there like, what the hell is this guy doing on the clock? But hey, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, Dollboy was made with one of the news cameras that we shot, news stories with. So that's the reason I took that job, is just to learn how to write and edit and, shoot things and stuff. And, it's paid off so far. So
you hear a lot of independent guys, they say they wear many hats, they'll pick it up somewhere, and they'll, that way they can, if it needs to be done, they can jump on it and do it. So
we were shooting in I call it a sound stage, but it's basically an empty warehouse, and we built the interior of the clown trailer in there. The clown trailer, we shot those scenes of them walking into it like a month before we shot the scenes of them actually walking in. But if you're at home, hopefully you don't tell, and I can tell because I was there, but hopefully the person watching can't tell. But we built this soundstage and stuff in there, and we had one bathroom, and it kept getting clogged up, and I had to get a snake after it one day, and somebody goes, Billy, why are you snaking that toilet? Don't you have somebody do that? And I go, I can't afford to pay Roto-Rooter on this stuff, you guys. I go, if y'all want to eat tomorrow? I said, I said that would cut into us eating, and we can't do that. So, because we fed everybody good. You keep them happy on set, with barbecue and chicken fried steak sandwiches and stuff like that. We fed them damn good down here in Texas. So I remember Parrish. I don't know if you ever talked to Parrish Randall. I always call him the pride of Texas, but maybe the most knowledgeable person I've ever met as far as movies and stuff, and just a sweet dude, just like a brother. But I was looked over him and Bill was sitting over there at the thing, and Bill was drinking some coffee, and Parrish was eating a chicken fried steak sandwich or something. And I overheard him talking, saying, man, Bill, I don't know about you, but I ain't never had it this good on a set before. And Bill goes, no, I've never had it this good either. But we took care of everybody good out there in that set. So other than the clogged toilet all the time with everybody.
No, it's good. That's good to hear, man. Keep your actors happy. Yeah, something else about the all right, where would you go with Circus of the Dead 2? If you can even talk about it. I mean,
yeah, I'll talk about it. Well, I would move it forward. I'll tell you where I won't go first, is because I get asked all the time. Is like somebody will say, hey, I talked to Bill, and Bill said he'd love to work with me if I was a clown and stuff, and you should consider it. It's like, but then I'm like everybody else, and well, okay, I'll just, I'll make everybody a clown, and we'll just have millions of them, and it'll be, then I'll be cheese like everybody else. You can't sell out. I can't sell out like that. But what I'm going to do is we're going to push the freak show aspect more, like Dollboy and remember the mime that jumped out of the trunk? And there's some other characters that you didn't see in the film, like the wild woman from Borneo. And there's a lot of other creatures that Papa made. And tentatively right now, it's like basically it's kind of over the winter break, and they're held up. And he can't basically do the Loteria, so he's looking for another game to play. And it's going to, basically I kind of want to go do, because Dollboy was 31, was the cat and mouse thing. And I think I might approach that in there and go back to the cat and mouse thing. All while there's a court case inside this clown world between Papa and this family that they pull over on the side of the road with the police car that was stolen. So, see, I've never told anybody that before.
Ooh. Thank you so much. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So can you imagine Papa Corn as a prosecutor?
No, like as soon as you said that, like a court case within the clowns, it's like, oh shit, man. Oh.
Well, you already got Rusty plays Mr. Blister, so he'd be Rusty the bailiff. Noodle Dome he has this hammer, so he's a judge. He doesn't talk. He don't care. Mm-hmm. And then the little midget would have the Fisher Price typewriter, the steno thing.
The stenographer.
But I have this other actor, a little small actor guy that's he's kind of a jewel in the rough, and he's never had his chance or break or anything, and I'm fixing to give him that. And he's close to my age and all, but he can hang with Bill and Parrish and Brad and all the best of them. And but he might come up under my knee, and he's going to be the defense attorney against Papa Corn. So, and they bring him out in a suitcase and wheel him into the courtroom and open the suitcase. He comes out in his little suit. So,
That's awesome.
but that's where that's going to go. But basically, if you listen, I gave it away in the first movie when they're backstage and Popcorn's talking to Donald. You can hear the person announcing the Wheel of Destiny. So basically, that's what part 2 is basically around the whole Wheel of Destiny that Papa's going to spin in the courtroom. So
very cool.
Yeah,
and whatever it falls on is their punishment. So depending on how they get killed or how they whatever will be on this Wheel of Destiny to see what their destiny is. So now I'm hoping you guys ain't got big viewership, so somebody to, hey, here's all the secrets to Circus of the Dead too, because I haven't told anybody that stuff before.
We're pretty small, man, so you know, we might drop a little stuff in the description.
Well, if my ego is big it is, I'm going to bring 3 views to you guys, so get ready. You're welcome. You're welcome now.
Thank you so much. We'll take it. That's awesome.
But now you're mentioning earlier too, is you're saying like, did you notice too that Guillermo del Toro's doing the werewolf western?
Yeah, it's been a lot of like crazy hybrid crossover kind of things, like you know, two genres you would never. Because what, Chris, when you were talking about Werewolf Cop earlier, just like off the wall kind of holy shit, you know.
And it's fun too, and I don't know if I could make that. I want my comedy to be hidden inside a real movie and not to detract from anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could make, you know, a movie like that, you know, that or Killer Clowns or something. I don't know if I have it in me, but that's why we're doing demons in this one. And I noticed that David Thornton is doing a western. He announced too that's a supernatural western too. So I was thinking, how come when I want to do something, it seems like everybody comes out and all these things are happening? Like, what the heck? But I think it's like you said though. I think it's just where the trend's going, and maybe this horror western is going to be the next one, you know. But if I make this movie, you guys, I will guarantee you I will be the king on this shit, because there ain't nobody going to top this movie. If I live and make this movie, this thing's going to be the shiznit, man, and it's going to change it. It's going to raise the bar even more, I hope. So.
Well, I mean, Circus of the Dead blew the fuck up when it came out. Like, it was like, I didn't hear anything about it, and then all of a sudden, it was boom, it was everywhere.
You guys, but I'm a prostitute, man. It's every day. It's just, hey, how's it going? Check out my film, you know, and being nice, shaking hands, or shaking babies, kissing hands, and just trying to get it out there, get the word of mouth out there, and hopefully I don't have to do this as much, you know, since Dread come in now, as they're going to get more eyes on Circus. So let's hope it takes off like Terrifier did and stuff like that. So that's what I said is everybody thinks I have some kind of hatred for Terrifier stuff, which I don't. I seen their short on Terrifier back before it was even All Hallows Eve. Somebody passed it along to me. It was really good and stuff. And they go, oh, well, they stole from Popcorn. I go, no, they didn't. I said, all this stuff all happened at the same time. But it's fun for the computer to say, because just to me, as I get tired of, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry, Billy, have you seen Terrifier? Have you seen Art the Clown? It's like, yeah. That gets old. But it's good to say I have a beef, because people think I have a beef, so it's fun to play up on the thing and stuff. So, you know, people send me art pictures saying, you know, fuck you, Billy, and it's funny. I like that. So I dish it out and I take it too. So I like that kind of stuff. So I like to have fun and cut up with the friends and fans. So
yeah, well, I mean, either way, they're talking about you, so got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hold the movie holds up, but that would be it. If I sit up here and acting all this and saying all this stuff to you guys and I was embarrassed of my movie, I mean, I may not think it's great and I may not like it, but I'm not embarrassed of it. You know what I mean? I think it holds up. And I believe that it is good enough that the cream someday is going to rise. And if somebody said it could be a really bad movie and you could be a billionaire from it, or it could be a really good movie and you'd be penniless, I would really be penniless, you guys. That's what it means to me. I'm not a pretender to bullshit and stuff, and that's what I really mean is I'm not going to be fake and phony when it comes to horror, because I was that horror fan growing up, and I'm not going to cut any corners or nothing that would mess up the young Billy that was going to the video store renting these movies and stuff like that. It's an honor to be a good cult movie, and if that happens for us, I will, you know, cherish it for the rest of my life and take care of all the fans. Yeah.
Well said. We were talking about that earlier when we were saying, look, it's your time to shine. So like, if you're going to get up there and do it, you know, be true to how you feel with your story and, you know, do it. So yeah, well said, man. Well said. Absolutely.
It's movie making, you guys, is y'all make any shorts or anything? Y'all do any projects or anything like that?
Thinking about it.
And you should, yeah. And what I always suggest to people too is to do a fake trailer, because when they come out with that for Grindhouse with Planet Terror and Death Proof, remember all the fake trailers, and Hobo with the Shotgun won that contest.
Yeah.
But back then, in 2007, I made one called Circuit de la Muerte, which is called Circus of the Dead. And it was just a test fake Grindhouse trailer. It's on YouTube. But it only had Noodle Dome and Jumbo was dressed all different. But it was just supposed to be a Grindhouse spoof. But that said, you know what? This wasn't too bad. You should try a short. And then that got me to try a short next. So start with a fake trailer, that's going to tie you up for 2 or 3 days shooting and then maybe 2 or 3 days editing. And that'll see if you're ready for a short, and then do a 5-minute short. And then maybe do a longer short and then do a feature. Because here's the thing, you guys, when you try to get your stuff into a film festival, anything below 10 minutes they love. If you start getting over 10 minutes, they don't pick them up as quick as your other ones, even though it's great, because they'd really like to have a bunch of 5 minutes in their festival so they could have more people in there, so to say. But that's what I would do. But when you make a movie like Circus of the Dead, to me, it was like I just got married when I was 48, so this is when I was making Circus of the Dead, I wasn't married, but that was the closest thing to a marriage and bad relationship with Circus of the Dead. You're going to go through life. You're going to go through the birth of the seed. You're born, you grow up, you learn, you live, you accomplish everything, you make your movie, and then it's all gone. And now here it is with the new one with Cowboys from Hell. It's all starting over again. So it's a real hard process. And maybe it's not hard for some people because I don't think they're working hard enough on their stuff. But it should be hard. It should take a lot out of you. And even though on Chinese buffets, my philosophy might not be the quality over quantity, but for making movies, it's quality over quantity. Because I can't be one of those people that's going to put out 2 or 3 movies a year. That wouldn't be me, because I really got to let it roll around in the noggin first. So.
Well, I mean, anything worth a shit is not easy to do. So for real. So wow, that's great. I was going to ask you, you just answered it. Any advice for first-time filmmakers, guys getting into it? But no, that was great.
Well, we do that at Texas Frightmare Weekend. We, me, Chuck, Norfolk, Houston Filmmaker, and Courtney Santa for Houston Filmmaker. When we do Frightmare, we do that. And everybody says it's a fake trailer competition. I go, no, it's a fake trailer showcase, because I don't like competitions in that sense, because it's art, and art's subjective. You know what I mean? So we do that at Frightmare, and there's still time for anybody to do that. Just look up fake horror movie trailer online. They're so much fun to do, and that's what I'd recommend you guys to do. It would just then you send them to somebody like me, and take the feedback, without crying. Well, you can cry a little bit, because I'll make you cry.
I'm a graphic artist, man, so
there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
You know how it is. And what you really like was somebody else probably turned down and said, well, that's not what we had in mind. So,
well, I was going to say that you said it was a competition, because it's like, well, what might scare this guy is not going to phase this dude. So it's like,
well, it's a real good point with that graphic artist stuff, because it's like Sharknado. Why is it more popular than Circus of the Dead? See, it's the masses. And it's like, not to get into politics or anything, but as a country, we're screwed, you guys. People's opinions and the way they value things, it's like somewhere it's twisted. But us real horror fans, we know this stuff. There's real horror fans. And that's what's cool about horror fans, is it's not much politics. It's all pretty much united. So.
No, that's great. That's great.
Horror fans are the best. Yeah, horror fans are the best in the world, you guys. And if you
it's conventions, it's really awesome to be a part of, and it's like on every level, like the fans, the actors, the directors, the promoters, all that stuff. Like everybody kind of just comes together. Because I've done a lot of comic book conventions, and it's kind of weird when you go to a comic book convention. It's like the different cliques in high school. I don't know how else to describe it. It's real strange. But like the horror community, everybody kind of comes together, man. It's really, really great.
It's real strange, and that's what I was saying is that's what I tell everybody I'm around, the young people and stuff, is you see somebody, if I see somebody in the convention and they're walking down the row and they're too shy to engage somebody, I'll catch them and say, hey, y'all come over here. Come here. I got a sticker for you. And just start talking to somebody, making a friend of somebody, and say, well, Bloody Bill, I've always wanted to make films and stuff like that. I go, okay, well, you know what? Start out doing a fake trailer, and here's my email address. Send it to me. That kind of stuff. And then other filmmakers start coming and stuff. That's what you do, is you pay it forward. That's what it's all about in life, because it's not what you do for yourself. That's not going to give you ultimate happiness. It's what you do for other people. I don't care what anybody says. You read all these Zig Ziglar books, John Maxwell, all these smart guys, rich people things. That's what it always says. It's not what you do and accumulate for yourself. It's what you do for everybody else to help them along.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
speaking
fantastic.
Of cons, speaking of cons, I think we're going to see you at Gross Fest.
Yes, we are.
Y'all going to be there?
Yeah.
Now, remember, y'all talked, because by then I'll be all messed up and I'll say, have I met you guys before? Yeah, I
don't know that fucking guy.
What's going to happen, though? I'm always big about shaking hands and all this, but since this corona's like, what's going to be the norm now? Is it fist bump? Is it elbow bumps? What's going to happen now is what I wonder.
The elbow bump,
So I guess we'll have to find out and see. We got that one coming up, and then Frightmare in September. And I'm trying not to book too many other ones because I really want to get out and film Cowboys from Hell. But this stuff's got to clear up before we get out there and film because it's too crazy outside right now. So.
Well, shit. You got anything else you want to ask him, man? I hate this, dude.
Oh,
this is the worst
I do.
Show.
Okay. I have to ask about the clown dick. What makes you want to paint the penis like a clown?
What's funny is I'm answering all this like honest and real. The theory is behind that is every time it showed them beforehand, you'd see the victim looking at it with their. I wanted you to think: is it a wart on there? Is it enormously big? Is it enormously small? What the hell's going on here? And see, your mind's always thinking. And then by the time it gets to the end, boom, reveal. Ha ha ha. So, see, I'm playing you like a puppet. See, that's it. You guys up there when you're watching this thing.
Pulling the strings.
It's just to make you laugh at something. You're laughing at rape, and that means you guys are like total assholes and embarrassed, and so that's you brought it on yourself. So
insensitive pricks. That's awesome.
But no, that's all it was. Is just to big reveal, so to speak, to be funny. So, but we knew it was. People always ask. They said, "Was that a prosthetic or was it real?" And I go, "Well, it tasted real." I take it to the conventions and stuff with me, but I'm afraid to do that at Gross Fest because I'm going to be flying with it, and they're going to open up. So this guy's got a big old rubber dick in his. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I guess I could smuggle it up my butt again.
Oh man!
Y'all can take a picture with it and kiss on it.
Just give us an interview.
Yeah. Did y'all see my PSA we did with it? Did y'all see the PSA I did with the dick?
No, I don't think so.
Y'all haven't seen that with the washing hands?
No.
Oh, guys. I'll send it to you in a message. And you share it.
Right.
Is it Casey? Casey, are we friends on Facebook?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, too bad, because I was going to unfriend them later. Yes. No, I'll send you guys the link on that. Y'all check that out. But right when this Corona first started, Dredd asked me to do something about washing hands. They didn't know I was going to use a dick, and then they said, "Really, why can't we trust you to do what's right?" And I go, "I don't know, Mom. I'm just trying the best I can to get around in this world." But yeah, I keep getting in trouble because I'm a bad dude. I do bad stuff, and I'm rude. So.
Well, like shit, you covered what's in the pipe. Where can everybody find your stuff? Just, like the websites, all that stuff.
Just probably any torrent has the movie up, so knock yourself out. Send me a quarter in the mail. I appreciate it. Well, hopefully it's going to be out here real soon. You can get the movie still at circusofthedeadmovie.com. And if anybody knows anything about me, I throw a lot of cool goodies in there with some really cool stickers. And once those stickers are gone, then I don't ever order them again. So they're pretty collectible too. So all kinds of weird stuff. I got these haven't gone out yet. I'm saving these for Gross Fest. I'll be taking these guys with me here.
Oh, cool.
All right. We're going to come running when we get there. I need the fucking sticker. Yeah.
You need to give me a poster.
Those, and see, we don't charge for none of that stuff. I mean, I got to charge for movies because I get charged for those, but posters, we do all that free. Stickers, all that's free. Hand jobs, all that stuff's free. So.
Awesome. I already got a copy of the DVD, but I'm going to have to give me another copy so I can get some cool stickers and shit.
Yeah, heck yeah. Anything you guys need, if I got it there, I'll share it with you. So remember, if I wear a oven mitt for a hand job, it's not gay. If you think about it, it's not really gay.
$20, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, shit, man. This sucks. I hate doing this, you know?
But you're good, guys. That was good. I'm glad y'all got a lot out of me, so you let me talk and got a lot out of me. So that Circus of the Dead 2 stuff, nobody knows that stuff yet. Even the actors.
That's awesome. But like, we like hearing the shit that you guys want to talk about. That's the thing, It's
I appreciate it.
Because that's the stuff nobody hears. So
but I'm quarantining the wife. She don't want to hear my stuff. So here I got to be quiet. So I appreciate you guys letting me talk. That's the most I've talked in 2 months.
But no, that's great. Well, I guess what you can come hang in the group if you want on Facebook. More than welcome, man.
Post y'all do a group? Yeah, maybe if I'm around. I don't know. I can't keep up with that, you guys. That's so hard. I try, but I can't ever remember. That's what says somebody goes, "We're in your group." I go, "Group page? What are you talking about?" It's just so hard to keep up with. It's even names and stuff too. That's why I always tell everybody, if I said I was going to do something for you, if somebody's listening to this right now, and I might have forgot, hit me up. It won't hurt my feelings. You can hit me up and remind me it's okay. So that's all. I mean, unless it's a bill to pay, then I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That's cool. But yeah, no, thanks a lot, man. This was awesome. This is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, like I said, tag me in this link when you post it up, and I'll share it with my free fans, my mom, my dad, and my brother. So.
But like when you start working on Cowboys and stuff, if you want, come back on and shoot the shit with us. Absolutely.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, maybe we'll do some more stuff from out on the set or something like that too. I'm hoping to do some podcasts from out there, so maybe I can get some of these stars. So far, the only big stars I can confirm for Cowboys from Hell is one, Joe Don Baker. I know Joe Don Baker. You might be too young over there from Walking Tall. And then what about Bob Wall, Robert Wall, Bob Wall, Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, Return of the Dragon, Bob Wall. Yeah, we had some good talks with him. He's like 80 something and still wants to beat my ass.
Awesome. That's awesome. Sweet. But yeah, no, this is great, man. This is great. But yeah, absolutely. Open invitation, man. Anytime you want to come on, even if you want to come on and bullshit about movies, man. Yeah, anytime.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, next time I'll just have the clown dick sit in my place.
Damn it.
I'll go sit out in the pool. We'll put it up here on the screen. I used to keep here at the house, but my father-in-law doesn't like it laying around. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy, that's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, thank you again. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
I appreciate it. We'll catch up with you guys soon.
Awesome.
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
Thanks. See you guys later.
Take care, man.
Bye, guys. Take care.
That was a lot of fun.